Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Let me give y'all some time to tune in case these notifications didn't go out. Ain't gonna be too crazy on here tonight, but definitely yeah, just wanna note a few things. That's it. First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Thursday. Hopefully everybody smoothly got through the work day. Hopefully your kids got through the school day. For those celebrating birthdays, hopefully y'all keeping yourselves safe, keeping yourselves warm. For those celebrating this weekend, definitely make sure you being aware of your surroundings. You know the drill. Cool gamer, what's going on? Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the conversation Tuesday. Definitely was a great one. Um, for those that missed the previous one, y'all already know y'all can catch the replay. Bro, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, I know. Before my mouth goes left, let me do this again. Mm. Yeah, the title is Clear as Day. Um, and I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat it neither. Um, we really do live in a toxic society. Couple of reasons why I could say that. For those that previously watched the last live, you could tell I was still a little bit, disturbed about the situation. James, what's going on, my guy? Now, for those that heard about that rapper and his daughter um, getting unalived, basically, a couple of interesting things came out that I didn't know about. So, one of them was already a registered sex offender. This is one reason why I say to a degree the society is toxic because since when has it ever been cool or since when has it ever been a thing to be around people that you know are registered? It makes you think. It makes you think because you gotta think about this. If this was supposed to been some form of clique or some form of gang, from the outside looking in, I thought gangs and other organizations don't roll around with people like that, especially when it was done to a child. So I thought they got rid of people like that, or they just wouldn't associate with people like that. Some people would be out to get them, to be honest with you. And it's crazy because you're still young to a degree, but you basically just wasted your life and did something cowardly. And then now look, you're going to jail again on behalf of a child. Society has to be a little bit more toxic if you could think, like I said, hang around people that you know are registered. And it doesn't matter. Um, I'm supposed to stand on the morals and the principles. And whether that's a loved one or not, it doesn't matter. The fact that that person made that decision, you're supposed to cut all ties. Keith, what's going on, my guy? East Dad, what's going on? Supposed to cut that off because if that person was able to do that to somebody else's, who's to say they won't try to do that to yours? See, when you have people like that again moving around, they dangerous. Dangerous in all aspects of things. They're dangerous. See, there's certain things that have been basically allowed to just continuously happen within our own society and our community, which is weird to me. Because again, people like that, yeah, you can't be around too much of the activity. And then you think about it too. You're registered for life. So even if you thought to have your own kids, you can't even be around your own kids. But surprisingly, you was allowed to hang around and be around a clique of people. Now the real question is, did some of those people really know? Because I'm not gonna just throw shots. If they didn't know, then it's messed up that you gotta find out this way and find out public. But if they did know and just didn't care, that's if that's not toxic, that's not dangerous, I don't know what is. The fact that again a young life could be taken, and it's sad. No doubt, bro. You already think that's sad though. Again, because that's toxic in its whole entirety. When you look at it, how could you really sit back and allow these things to take place? When you think that somebody is on papers like that, or if you just do your research on people and see that these people might have these unpleasant pasts, they shouldn't be allowed to be around too many people at all. Not gonna lie to you. Now again, that's cowardly to do things along that nature. But it's also spewing toxic because think about it. These people have loved ones. They are loved within their communities. You know, you have some people, unfortunately, who will go the distance and crash all the way out just for that. And then the cycle again keeps repeating itself, keeps repeating itself. Serious, baby. Kev, what's going on, my guy? My bad. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. My bad. But see, then it does spew the same hatred, nonsense, and violence. To be quite honest, again, it's a toxic mindset and toxic thinking to think that you would go to that extent. It's already one thing you harming a father, but then you harming the child as well. Ladies, baby, be safe on that road, baby. But you got to think about it. Think of the toxic mindset that some of society is in right now. Some of the things, again, that we see are being emulated. 702 is in here too. 702, baby. My phone was popped up in here. My bad, girl. But you think about that. How toxic could you have a mindset to go this low? Again, there's some things that don't necessarily always got to lead to somebody being unalive. I also says a toxic mindset because again, some of y'all will cry about we needing more people to lead the forefronts. We need more people to be a part of something so this way we could start thinking about future change, right? And in the same token, the mindset to take out not just a father or even a mother, for that example, because we've had mothers who have been taken out along with their children. That's vindictive, twisted, and sick. And it really is toxic to think that I would throw somebody who has nothing to do with my fears and my situation into the line of fire. Like I was saying the other night, you know, the toxic mindset really is we gotta do certain things and we gotta show everybody that we are winning. There's ways of doing that without putting yourself at risk. Brother Files, what's going on? What's going on? Um, like I said the other night, and I meant it, and I'm gonna say this again tonight. Some of you younger folks, especially if you are moving around in certain fields of play, it's one thing to be, be happy and be proud of your accomplishments. But when you are coming on to these social platforms, just know that you are being looked at. You might be getting looked at, some for the good and some for the bad. But the worst would be yet to come if you continue to do some of the things you're doing. Again, flashing all the excess jewelry, flashing all the money. See, because this is the thing. There's a lot of y'all that already come on here and think that's the route to go because you've seen other people doing it. You see some of your favorite rappers and stars doing it. But be quite honest with you, that right there, somewhat in the instance, is a toxic mindset. Because you got to remember, you do have people out there who are still struggling, starving, and trying to scratch to get to where you at. And some of them are willing to go the distance or even take it further just to be in that position. Not saying that you should be fearful, but just be wise. And just remember what comes with that. If you are going to continue to keep doing it. Another form of a toxic mindset for real is again just setting your own people up for failure. Like I said, you can't try to root and praise for people, but then in the same token, you scheme in the back door. And to be quite honest, that should be a problem in anybody's mind. How can you look yourself in the face when you know you're doing the ultimate backstab? It is a slap to the community and to the society. We'll cry and mope, or we'll cry and get mad and say that certain situations shouldn't happen. But what are we really doing to try to keep these things from happening? We say we get tired of innocence getting lost, but in the same token, not standing up for those people when need be. Or we just condone the nonsense that we shouldn't be condoning. That is one thing to remember. We Can't sit here and cry and mope about change. We really are not trying to change. And I can't say all of us. No. Because there are those who are fighting on different levels to try to, just to try to get the minds basically together, get the right people together. So this way things can happen. But we definitely need to start bringing back accountability and responsibility for those who are going against the grain, basically. See, this is the mindset, though. The mindset is do anything and by any means necessary to get to a certain place. But the way it's being done, it's not good look. You should never ever have that notion on trying to backdoor your own brother or sister. You should never have that mindset of doing anything that could be harmful, especially to those who are about to be prominent some way, somehow. You know how many rising stars throughout the ghettos we could have had? You know, I take a look at all the quote unquote ghettos around the country, around the states. I mean, let's be real. We've had some success stories, but we've also had some terrible losses. We've also hit some rock bottoms. To be honest with you, once you could think to harm an innocent family, you have already hit rock bottom. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working hard in this damn wind outside, baby. I'm scared to go back out there, y'all. For those in the city, yeah, it's windy as all hell. And make sure you bundled up. Might be like this most of the night. So, you know, try to keep your health in good shape, But yeah, it's sad. We could have had a lot of people who probably would have been prominent by now. Some of these kids didn't even get a chance to make it past a certain age. They didn't get a chance to set their own legacy, set their own foot in the ground. It got to be toxic thinking and toxic mindsets when you could think to let off shots throughout broad daylight. Again, not caring about public safety or people around you. See, I could remember back in the day, even when things wasn't going down on the opposite side of the tracks. Keyword, opposite side of the tracks. Nobody knew nothing. And when they did find out, again, no innocence was hurt. And when innocence was hurt, we would hold them accountable. If the law didn't get you, the streets was going to get you, right? He was getting held by old standards. Real spill, baby. 702, baby. We had it, clearly executed. If you did something that you know for a fact you can't come back from, you might as well turn yourself in. We've had so many scenarios like that. Oh shoot, I gotta scroll back up. Oh shoot. Good luck, James. My bad, bro. My bad. I'm kinda in the zone right now too. Just because it's like we need to have these talks. You this is a part of the broken state, like I was saying. Broken people and broken dreams. This is kind of intertwined because of the toxic mindset and nature of some people. You know, we have to evolve out of this motion of self hate, number one, because some of it is self hate. But we also gotta eliminate the envy, the pride, and the jealousy. Because those are the other three components that are basically crippling us as a whole. Again, you gotta have that sick of a mindset to think this would be the best reasoning to get my quote unquote opposition. Or just because a person disagreed with you or you had a fallout, you're ready to take it to the next steps. It's a toxic mindset when some of these people even come on some of these, some of these platforms, or just some of the things that you're watching on the television, the things that are being promoted. Where some people are trying to say is harmless, they can't be that harmless if the people are taking what's being seen and then implementing it into their lives. Like I said, the toxic mindset of flossing, you know, just because you might see other people doing something, that don't mean it's gonna work for you. Or that don't mean that it is best for you. See, the one thing you're supposed to remember is trying to be yourself, but also stand out. A lot of y'all are just repeating trends and repeating things that you see, and that's the sad part about it. Oh shoot, I see my idol up here flossing. Let me start doing the same thing. Let me start getting to it back. Oh, you know what's another toxic mindset for some? Is trying to downplay people when they are still doing what's best for them. Or they're doing something and they're actually trying to chase something. Prime example, shoot, one of these quote unquote dudes came, and I guess he walked up on a rapper or up and coming rapper. He's a young boy, whatever the case is. He walked up on him while he was at his job. Now, I can respect that. I can respect it because I don't know if that was a skit or if that was something real. But he kind of does look like one of these young rappers I be hearing about. When I remember the name, I'll definitely, I'll run it back. But my thing is, if that man was on his job, so what? He's chasing both dreams. He's a prime example of somebody who's trying to do what's necessary to try to get up out of their situation. You know, you gotta remember this. You gotta start somewhere. And all of that fake it until you make it is getting a little overplayed now. It's getting overplayed because look at some of the scenarios we getting now. When we supposed to be uplifting our people, when we're supposed to be trying to keep the main ones who have been an influence and have been a pillar to the community, even after their success. We supposed to be keeping those people not just in high regards, but we also supposed to keep them safe, especially if they have been somewhere. Belt Loop, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, my bad, y'all. Keep hearing some damn man. Wanda, baby. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though. Appreciate y'all. But come on, we supposed to quote unquote protect the ones who are actually a pillar to the community, right? That means they should be able to come back into their communities, and even if it's just to stay for a while, do whatever, and then leave, cool. But it shouldn't be no we trying to backdoor you, we trying to set you up. Didi baby. But in the same token, we will sit there and spread word around. And then we do have situations where some of these people are being harmed. They being robbed. Some of them being robbed for their lives. Again, it's a toxic mindset to want to steal or take something from somebody when somebody has worked hard for that. It's not just a toxic mindset, it's a lazy mindset. Because the same way this person worked hard to gain what they need to gain, you could be doing the same thing. Again, remember this part. It's easy to take a life. It's not easy to bring one back. And I think that's sad though, for real. Um, just you think about this. Why should I have to have that envy and that jealousy in my heart towards somebody that's probably within the same realm of me, within the same vicinity of me? Anything, you're doing what you need to do, shoot. I'm happy for you. You started someplace, you kept things moving, and you did what was necessary for your growth and your build. See, again, some people have this toxic mindset or this toxic thinking that once one person makes it, everybody got to make it. Now, I'll be honest with you. There are some people who are going to bring their peoples up when they come up. But those are the ones that are worthy of the come up. Those are the ones that have their own thinking process, their own mindsets. Those are the ones because they've been real loyal. Those are the ones who have also made sure that when it's all said and done, they stand 10 toes for their friend, their loved ones. That's important right there. Guess what? Can't take everybody with you. But the ones you do take with you, those are the ones that, they got a good they got a good head on their shoulders, they know what they after, and they're willing to do what they need to as well too to get to a better, a better mind state. Now see this the thing though. Your training of thought should never be at the expense of somebody else. Your way to rise up, again, should never be at the expense of somebody else. Yes, I believe in competition. If you think about it, we all are competing on different levels every day. What separates, great ideals and greatness from overall hate and jealousy, the main factor is when you on your rise to greatness, you got a humble mindset. Yeah, you hungry, you determined, but you staying humble. Not letting no outside interference plague or mess with your mind. And it's the thing. No doubt, no doubt, Bella. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And for those that might be busy, I already know y'all could definitely still tune in or just catch the replay. But you gotta think about it. Where do we Where did we start? Because again, not everybody can be saved. I would say everybody could be saved, but then again, that would depend on the people. That would depend on who's trying to do what and if they really are determined on doing it. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? Like I said, it seems like most of us are trying to get to a great space in our life. We trying to leave a legacy and a long lasting foundational print for the family tree. Some are doing just that. Others didn't get the chance to. Prime example, like that young girl just had your fifth birthday, and then not even a day after your birthday, you gone. That wasn't supposed to be part of the plans at all. That shouldn't have even been a thing at all, to be honest with you. But it goes to show you that some people are so caught up and twisted and so focused on just getting the money by any means that they don't care. My bad, y'all. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna change my mind on that one. Guess I won't be walking back outside for a second. Ah, shit. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hold on, son. Breathe from the mission, man. Breathe from the mission. Oh, it is your birthday today. It is your birthday today. Yes. Happy birthday to all the Pisces babies in here. Jazzy Jelly. Nah. See, toxic mindsets. Also, we have people like this. Toxic mindset. To see that there's a serious conversation going on, you'll try to do anything to try to disrespect that, but you see what happens. You see how you get up out of here. See, that's also a toxic mindset. Oh, wait, wait. That's also a toxic mindset. You know, toxic mindset, saying things like that, even on a platform like this or anywhere else, it goes to show you toxic society. You never know who could be watching. You never know who could be trying to be a part of the conversations at hand. Or you never know who could be sitting here looking at the chats. That's why I be saying toxicness all around the board. Nonetheless, though, that's the type of toxic behavior you have to stay away from. Or that's the type of toxic behavior uh, you could use for learning purposes. See, I could do either both. But we already learned to a degree. We learned that again, hurt people will try to do anything to hurt other people. That's another toxic mindset that some people need to eliminate. In order for you to get to the best point in your life, or to at least start putting a blueprint in your life, stop wallowing in your own sadness. Stop wallowing in your own pity. And I think that's the truth right there. Some of y'all could get up out of your positions again if and only if you are willing to do so. Because again, the ball is in your hand. The ball of life is in your hand. You can't take somebody else's life and put it as your own. That's like you can't take somebody else's basketball and try to disguise it as your own. No, you gotta take yours and you gotta try to go the distance with that. But this is the problem there. We are too busy again trying to destroy each other instead of trying to unite with one another and figure out our next course of plans. It's another form of toxicity that we see on a daily. We see that some people can't come together because of all the negative outside interference, all personal beliefs, disputes, things along that nature. How do we elevate out of that? I mean, some of us are actually trying that. Some of us have maintained that throughout the course of life. Others, they are just picking up whatever scraps and whatever information they get. Marlene, baby. Now, again, some people are taking what they see on other platforms or the people that they're following and they implementing pieces of that into their day to day life. But in that same token, some of the stuff that y'all are bringing into your everyday life are the reasons why I said before, you know, things are changing on a different level. I think it's sad though. Now let's think about it. Um, I'm gonna call it down both ways, fellas. We got to start showing the better side of us, and we really have to start standing on business when we supposed to stand on business. And when I say we, I mean all of us as strong brothers are supposed to try to do the best we can. But also remember, you can only help those, or at least try to help build those who are willing to build themselves. You know, if I see that my brother or my sister is trying to do something that might be of great use to them, shoot, the most I could do is try to inspire you to keep doing what you know, help you in the best ways possible. You know, again, I believe in supporting the things that need to be supported. Support those who are definitely, they're definitely real about what they're doing. That's going to stand 10 toes down on that. Supporting those who are definitely, you know, keeping hope alive, basically. I'm all for that. Can't be for the self destruction of our people, though. There's things that we could definitely do better. But this mindset of I'm gonna spew nonsense and spew the worst type of nonsense is the worst form of toxicity. Because again, look at some of the things going on now. Look how things have drastically changed. Prime example. Some of y'all see that there's been a couple lives recent where I was talking about how the dating thing has changed, how the field has changed. Yes, that field has changed. And some of it is because, again, seeing what's going on. You know, some people are coming on here and the things that they're doing, it's like you're only given one portion of a story. Given one portion of a story and you're only given one aspect of things instead of coming from it, from both angles. Like I was saying, some of these people are following influences, and this is a message to some of you influencers. Some of your toxic ways and thinking is the reason why we are definitely in a spike when it comes to certain things in the community. Because again, you got those who are thinking for themselves. You got those who are not sure what they want. You got those who are gonna follow what you're saying because to them it makes sense. But when you spew the toxic hate, like this is another toxic thing in my opinion. This whole division against men and women. We are supposed to be loving and caring for each other. Period. No, we are not equal in certain points. We know that. But in the same token, there shouldn't be no real division. We have to stop with this mindset of we don't need each other when you know for a fact we do need each other. Not just to keep the life cycle going, but to keep the education flowing. Also keep the generational tree and the generational wealth growing for generations. That's the whole purpose, right? It's supposed to be stacking and saving, you know, so for when that day comes, you already know that, your family is in a better position. Think that is important though. When you gotta come to a resolution. And that resolution is, you know, if we learn to respect each other and talk to each other and not at each other, it will make a world of difference. I can honestly say that there are some people who, if they would have done that same thing, talk, be reasonable, and respect each other, they would still be together as you speak now, you know? But the one thing you got to remember on both ends, respect is the most important thing. And when a person does feel disrespected, that person could pick up and leave. See, now I'm going to flip it a little bit. If you could think that the best course of anything is just to blatantly disrespect somebody, sadly mistaken. Now, for some, you would have to identify what real disrespect is. There's minor words and, you know, just minor words, anything along those lines where it's not that serious, then, even if you still deem it disrespect, all right, well, handle it a certain way and then you move away from it. The reason why I said the toxic behavior has to stop, it has to come to some form of halt, or we just got to move away from it. It's because, again, there are some forms of disrespect that won't necessarily need a quote unquote crash out. Some people feel disrespected because of something somebody said. First thing they ready to say is, "Oh yeah, when I get this sucker by themselves, or when I get this person by themselves, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." The toxic mindset that we are going through, at least within parts of our communities, we do have some men that they don't present themselves like men, and the reason why they don't is again because of their feminine behavior, their feminine emotions. Just because somebody might have had a fallout with you, war the words, that don't mean I gotta pray for your downfall. That don't mean I want to see you taking your last breath or your last steps. No. What I want or what I would want is for you to just continue to blossom in peace. Do what you do. But some people don't think that way. And again, if the disrespect is not that crucial, then there's no need to worry about trying to take somebody out. Just like I was saying the other night, there's a reason why some people are quick to go to them guns because, again, the toxic mindset that I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want somebody um, laughing at me. I don't want people laughing at me every day. I'd rather have people laugh at me every day than I'd rather have people laugh and still have the respect for me because guess what? At least I fought. At least I didn't back down. I'd rather have the respect of those who respect the fact that you squabbled and you were still able to go home. See, that was true respect right there. There were people who had beefs that never got never got beyond the regular violence of just every other day they might have been scrapping and fighting, but they still went home to their families. And that's something that we got to remember. People do have families. They got kids. Some got grandkids. Some are expecting kids. They should be expecting to go home too, no matter what the situation is. But the toxic society for some of the men are I gotta be I gotta be the top dog no matter what. Well, guess what? When it's all said and done, you gotta remember to think logically too. TT, what's going on, baby? Gotta remember, certain things you do does come with a cost. Fellas, there's some of y'all who still have time to change certain aspects of things. And before you decide to jump off the deep end and put yourself in a precarious position, always remember this. The most important things that are around you should also ground you. They should keep you motivated and humble. Like I said, for some of y'all, how do you think you're going to be able to do anything for the loved ones that really are deserving of it when you're behind bars or you're no longer here to do anything? This mindset that people can't go home to their families, that's a toxic mindset. And for some of y'all, it's going to get worse. Keywords, some of y'all. Not all. But if the real OGs and the real solid men start standing back on principles and start taking back what's rightfully ours, things will be a lot different. But granted, some of them act like they don't want to hear shit. But that's because also, let's be real, there are some genuine good people, some good OGs and everything who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, trying to reverse some of the things that are happening. But you also got those who are still running around with the nonsense. You still got some of them who are trying to move around like the kids. From the outside looking in, like I was saying, at what point do you decide that you're gonna stop doing certain things that it's not giving you no purpose? It's not making you no real bank. At what point do you say, you know what, it's time for me to it's time for me to think better. It's time for me to start pushing the envelope more. It's time for me to start believing in myself. It is time for me to stop blaming people for my downfalls. It is time for me to just grab life by the horns and do what's necessary. At what point? You know, and I really think at some point it will happen. You know, we just gotta negate away from a lot of the toxic stuff that we see. Toxic stuff that's being spewed into our neighborhoods. Like to be honest with you, the toxic mindset that is being placed upon some people is the things that are being shown. Consistent drug use, you know, constant promotion of drug use, especially toward the youth. That's a toxic trait that we need to negate from. Now, for some, they'll say, oh, you know, it's just music. You know, this is just music. This is just rap. Yeah, but, you know, you got to know exactly what it is you're promoting. Yes, there are rappers that are doing things we might not be knowing about. There are some rappers who are doing the recreational stuff. Get that. But there are certain instances where, you know, you're going to have to just say it for a better term. You're going to have to dumb it down some. And when I say dumb it down, I mean try not to show it as much. Try not to promote it as much. I mean, even if you're going to rap your lyrics or whatever, okay. But there are certain things that don't always need to be presented, you know, don't need to. Because again, you do have people who are looking up to you. You know, and my thing is money more important than integrity? You know, is money more important than your morals and your principles? Prime example, if you know, oh yeah, this is when they playing right now. Yeah, my bad. When they playing tonight. Yeah, I'll be waiting a minute. But it is sad though. It is. You know, some people will really put that, you know, they will really sit back and put everything to the side just for a bag. But again, for some of these people are promoting certain drugs, right? But if you're not really partaking in those drugs, how could you be in any type of cahoots to promote it? If you know you don't drink lean, why would you promote it to the people who are listening to it? You don't shoot you don't shoot drugs, if you don't sniff drugs or whatever it is, why are you promoting it? This mindset of I gotta push this narrative and push this agenda is the reason why some people you know, crashing out now. For some of you who don't really pay attention, um, contrary to belief, some of you are role models, whether you want to take that title or not. Because if you have people who are looking up to you, who are inspired by you, they might try to go into these fields of play. You know, this might give them that inspiration to say, you know what, this person made it, or this person did what they needed to do, they made it. But then again, I would also tell you, you can't sell them a facade. Again, that toxic mindset of money over everything, when we know money 9 out of 10 is always going to be the root to jealousy and the root to evil, it says a lot. It says a whole lot. It says that we got a whole lot more growing. We need to get up out of this mindset. I think that is again important to remember this. You know, it's important to remember that when it's all said and done, we are supposed to be dropping the gems and the jewels for the people that's coming behind us. And to be quite honest, you know, how long do we think we're gonna keep dropping the ball before it really becomes too late to change the things that can be changed? You know, we have to get out of this mindset of I'm gonna place this over my values and my morals. Like I said, some of y'all moving around in ways that could possibly get your family in harm's way. And you need to move away from that. This mindset of that the mindset that we don't have opportunities or that we can't create our own opportunities is another toxic mindset, I think. It's like we so quick to give up on ourselves before we say, you know what, we can go the extra distance. Not everything is going to get done overnight, and not everything is going to run into your hands smooth. But you got to remember this part too. In order for you to, in order for you to rise to your highest potential, you do have to eliminate the toxicities that are around you. Eliminate the negative toxicities as well. When you have people who are consistently telling you you can't or that you won't, you got to move away from them. And when you move away from them, stay away from them. And that's the most important part to remember. You know, you always are supposed to have the best forms of growth, positivity, and inspiration. And for some of y'all, instead of inspiring these people who are following you, which are a lot of the younger people, instead of you inspiring them just to be, drug addicts, inspire them to be something great. And I'm not saying all people are fucked up. No, there are some who are doing what they need to do. You know, they being the best examples for the people they trying to show examples to. I applaud and commend y'all because it's not easy, especially when you dealing in a realm where no matter where you turn your head, there's something that 9 out of 10 will be a negative detriment to our community that's going to be promoted. The mindset that again we have to be in that form of competition with each other says enough. Again, we have to stop hating ourselves, stop hating our own, stop trying to stop trying to unalive our own. We definitely need to structure ourselves better. When there are great opportunities that will be given to you, take hold of it. We have this mindset prime example of consistently bringing back history. Uh, and that's not bad. This damn wind is killing me, man. My bad. Yeah, this wind that got me tight right now. Yeah, but we gotta come to this conclusion that, you know, we don't always necessarily have to be our own downfall. We don't have to be our own enemy. We have to come to greater, greater expectation of things. In one instance, you'll say that you want change within your community, but then the same token, you are destroying your community. Liz, baby, you already know you got just tuned in the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But we got to get out of that constant mindset. The mindset that I have to put you down, basically, just to be one step up. I have to show straight hate. I gotta beat you to the punch at every chance I get. I gotta make sure that you stay at the same level with me or stay lower than so you don't get ahead. That's a selfish mindset. Because I can remember at one point we did have unity. I can remember at one point we wasn't scared to hold people who did wrong in our communities accountable. When things did happen that didn't make sense, we made sure that they was going to get all the justice. But again, this toxic mindset and this toxic society, we see it every day. We got women who are supposed to be women giving out all the wrong forms of advice, spewing all the wrong type of information, all towards the young women who might be watching them. And guess what? These young women are taking what you're saying and what you're doing, and they're running with it. It's the same thing with some of you fellas coming on here doing certain things, but then the same token, you're giving out the wrong form of information. Keyword, some. Not going to say everybody is in the same general consensus of things because it's not. Some people are actually standing 10 toes down on the things that they believe in, and they're not straying away or moving away from it, which is, again, a powerful thing. The mindset that we can't build together, that's toxic. The mindset that we always have to have some form of differences because of personal beliefs and everything else, it's getting tiresome. Again, nobody's winning. I think we have to, again, establish ourselves as a whole. What's more important? We definitely need change all around the board. First things first, we do have to eliminate that envy and that jealousy. Just because you might be in a different space from me, you might be doing a little better than me, that don't mean I still want to see you down. We have to change that crabs in the barrel mentality to a degree too. Uh, Again, you want people to stay at the bottom because you're still at the bottom. But I would say some of y'all are gonna have to raise yourselves up. You're gonna have to inspire yourselves to do better. And when you do have great inspirational tools around you, you utilize them to your fullest potential. Get yourself right. You know, because let's be real. How long you really think you want to try to hold somebody down or hold somebody from greatness? You know, to be honest with you, you're supposed to do a lot better. We're not supposed to be pushing certain poisons around our communities, right? Which is the truth. Certain things we shouldn't promote because we already know where it goes. Those young ones will definitely be looking and trying to emulate. Prime example, the reason why you see part of the toxic culture and the toxicity that we see, I'm going to give this as a prime example too. Remember, or before, you never seen a whole bunch of, not even the young ones, sagging their pants. That sagging pants phase, prime example. There wasn't too many people that was doing that. Why? Because most of them already knew the background behind that. Some didn't do it because guess what? The parents also remembered the background of it, and they wasn't having it. Frugal baby. Now, almost everywhere you go, almost everywhere you see, yeah, at some point, every other corner, you're gonna have at least more than three people. It could be a group of five every place you go. Three of them people are gonna have the sagging pants. That's a sickness in the culture. Why? Because again, fellas, gotta do better. If you have pants that are generally fitted, just keep your pants up. Sassy baby. And the sad part about it is, like I said, some of y'all just following what you see from these entertainers. All up until a certain point, we was good. But then now we see the mess of it. You know, I just watched prime example, and this is how I know for a fact You're trying to normalize certain things on a higher scale. Now, the other day, you know, heading towards work. Now you got the young ones. It's nice out. They playing around, whatever the case was. But my problem with them playing around and running around, all of y'all was sagging. And then guess what? If there was a situation where you really had to run for your life, y'all not gonna be able to run but so far when your pants is way below your knees or you near your kneecaps. It's how you run. You're gonna be the first ones getting hurt or the first ones in danger because why? You were running around with pants sagging, no belts, even the sweatpants. It's like you just took the strings out the sweats and then that's it. Now you walking around with loose everything. Can't get but so far like that. It's already bad enough. Like I said, the youth think that that's the style and that's the way to go. But it's sad when you got some of the adults who are supposed to be setting the tone or they supposed to be correcting them. Some of them are following. Some of them are following with the same thing. You over 40, 50 years old, 60 years old, you still sagging and trying to be down with the young crew. Give it up. Harsh reality tonight. Give it up. Because now you also got the older women within your realm looking at you foolish, like the hell you doing? At least the ones with logical sense. Because I'm not gonna lie, there are some women too who are well in their 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, and they are promoting the same teenage melodramatic drama like how you always see. All that screaming, yelling, and trying to get a point across and thinking just because you yelling the loudest that you winning the argument, that toxic that toxic trait it needs to fade away. There's ways to conduct yourself without having to be oh so ghetto. Not trying to be funny style or nothing. But some of y'all can't take your ghetto talk or you can't sit there and take that type of brash behavior into certain facilities when you could be trying to do something great. At some point you gotta have decorum for yourself. And some of y'all promoting this culture that the youth have to be scoundrels, hoes, and thieves. Sorry to say it that way. But it seems like it. What's going to get me these coins? What's going to get me this bag? What's going to get me this? When you come on, to these platforms, prime example, we know not everybody going to be a goody two shoes, basically. No, be yourself. Be yourself, but in the same token, just remember for some of y'all, you do have ones who are watching. You might have those who just picked on you. They might think you got some interesting things that you can bring. When you sit here spewing the same nonsense, like spewing nonsense about, oh, if this person is not doing this for you, you need to dump them. If this person ain't doing this for you, you need to block them. If this one basically don't bow down to you, that they beneath you and that they don't need to be around you, we got to stop promoting that. And I mean that. We got to stop promoting that. Some of you men too are saying, "Oh, she ain't got this, or she ain't got this. She ain't good for me, or she ain't." Look here, you're supposed to have, like I said one time before, reasonable expectations. It's time for that reasonable behavior to come back. Realistic standards. Some of y'all promoting that if he don't put the world on his shoulders, come back with a sack full of gold and everything else along the line. You're making everything again unreasonable. You're doing too much. Word, what's going on, my guy? It's like you're doing too much for real. And I think that's something that needs to be said. You know, you're doing too much when you coming on here and you're repeating things like that. Oh, well, if if he don't come with this and he don't come with that, then that's somebody that you shouldn't. That's your experience. You can't project your experience or project how you move on anybody else. You can't. But again, some of y'all need to think again. You're supposed to be given the reasonable content. There's nothing reasonable about bringing the wrong information to people, spewing the wrong type of hate. Oh, if she's not doing this and she ain't doing that, then she gotta go. Or then don't even bother. The problem in the society right now, and I see this is where some of the toxicity is, lack of communication on all levels. Lack of communication. At one point we was able to communicate with each other about the things that were definitely, giving us trouble. Things that were bringing confusion. Don't seem like that no more. Danielle, baby, been a minute, sis. Hope all well with you. Again, the toxic mindset on all cylinders is the reason why we are seeing some of the things around us even implode. Again, we gotta get to some form of reasonable thinking. The things that we know that are being promoted that are causing destruction, we need to promote the things that are going to also bring some form of restoration or bring back the inspiration. We definitely need that. And again, we got to be willing to bring it to those people who are really about the change because it's obvious. We know some people don't want to see change at all. Some people are going to stay in that toxic mindset that I don't want to see these people happy. I don't want to see myself happy. Come on now. My bad, y'all. I had to make sure. Yeah, I'm at work, but I had to double check something real quick. Check these damn cameras. The link is in the chat in case anybody want to chime in on the topic. Um, but I do feel this is a problem. You know, we have gotten away from our core principle of things. And seeing, to be honest with you, some of the things that being taught, it's not just being taught on social media. Some of the stuff is being taught in the school. Some of the stuff is being taught in your neighborhoods, up under your nose. We used to take pride in not just education, but we used to take pride in, you know, inspiring ourselves, pushing our goals forward. We used to definitely, definitely love the fruits of the labor. We did what was necessary so, again, we could all reap and pick up and do what's necessary. Not like that no more. The minute one person has a come up, now everybody expects that one person to rise everybody up. When in all actuality, all of you have to rise up to something. Again, some of y'all are not going to be fighting on the same battlefields. I get that. There's nothing wrong with finding where your battle is and then taking on that battle. You know, but I think that's something that you know, once we really eliminate that piece, and I mean that evil piece, because it's evil to think about that. It's evil to think that you won't do what's necessary to keep life preservation in order and intact. It's evil. But it's also evil again to think that you can sit here and continuously drop the bomb on people. I'll be honest with you. I have been through some things in life where my mind could have definitely turned for the worse. I could have been somebody that's delving or doing anything else. It wasn't just the fact that I had a support system around me that kept me from going that route. It's because I had my own mindset to say I would rather do what's necessary and get it from the mud than to have to take out my own brothers and sisters just to rise up to something. I would rather sit here and watch my people grow and grow with the right mindset than to try to stop them from being the best person that they can be. We're not inspiring the people that we should inspire, and that's where the toxicity comes into play. Why it seems like we only encourage the people to become hustlers, rappers, ball players. And I'm not knocking nothing because again, we have had some great people who have came through the field of basketball, sports, entertainment, and things like that. Some of them was even notable because they still took care of their communities, even if they not living in their communities. They still took care of it. Which is important. Took care of the communities by just bringing certain aspects of opportunity to those communities. I see that we lacking this or we lacking this. Okay, well, let's build this. And this way we could put people on. It's to a point again where, like I said, it's most every man for themselves. But it is sad because again, you gotta think about it. You know, how do we expect any form of change when we're not willing to change our mindset and get away from the thing that's damn near killing us? Pride, ego. Pride and ego definitely will, it could shape you in the best way, or the pride and ego could be your downfall. How do we get away from this toxic behavior and get some of the toxicity out of society? It's not just looking within ourselves to make ourselves better. It should be that way for everybody, to be honest with you. But I feel the best way is, again, just incorporating the things that are not toxic. The best way to do that is learn to, again, start thinking for yourself. Think for yourself, care for yourself, love yourself, and again, believe in yourself. You know, if you're already in the steps and phases of building something great and grand, then do it. Continue to do it. And don't let nothing stop you. See, it's about, perseverance too. We definitely have to, just, how can I say this the best way? Not just wake up. We got to wake up and stay up. And then we also got to find our way up to higher planes. We need to eliminate some of the things that are bringing unnecessary chaos to families. Again, we have to start thinking for self. Before anybody else could think for you, you have to think for yourself. Because again, your life, the ball of life, is in your hands. Where do you see yourself going? How do you imagine or envision yourself making it that way? What do you plan on trying to do once you have reached the goal? How do you think you're going to be able to help? Those are the questions that you should ask. What do I see for my family? What do I see for the future? Should I try to work hard for that future? Or should I just let it crumble and fall into that dark abyss? Right now, we in some trying times. The things that could be important, the things that could be taught, the things that could definitely be an eye changer for a lot of people. We have to remember to get on that. We do need to bring certain things back. So again, we can at least inspire these younger ones now. The ones who are not in that dark space right now, we still got time to reach them and help them reach their potentials. Like I said, you can't help everybody. But for the ones who are willing to help themselves, for those who are willing to get up out of what you would call these destitute times, they definitely need more than what they're getting. And before we cry about There's no resources. There's no opportunities. I'm going to debunk all of that, but I'm gonna debunk all of that on another night. For those who might have just been tuning in, I definitely appreciate y'all for rocking out. But I gotta be an adult now, so um, for those celebrating birthdays today, I didn't forget about you. And I'm gonna revisit this conversation again. The link is still in the chat in case anybody want to chime in. But if not, I'm not gonna hold y'all all night. Y'all might hear some extreme winds. Pray for me, y'all. Just pray for me. Again, for those celebrating birthdays this week, we didn't forget about you here.
She want me on me like no. Side girl, but she gotta go. Side girl, but it's too much. 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 It's too much.
For the email that's coming.
Not my problem. That's just not my problem. Not my problem. That's just not my problem.
Hopefully, y'all enjoy your birthday weekend. Whatever you got planned, hopefully you keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself warm. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, y'all. Hopefully y'all keeping yourself safe. Hopefully y'all enjoy your days. You know, whatever you might have planned, try to have the best fun that you can. You know, thank that higher power for every moment that you're still breathing. And another year around the sun. But I'm definitely gonna revisit this conversation. And I feel tonight was a good one. Before I do get up out of here though, another piece of toxicity that I would love to see disappear is again us hating each other for no apparent reason, us wanting to destroy each other, us with the jealousy. We have to definitely move away from that. You know, we have to stop thinking that this is the way we are intended to be for life. Because I don't believe that. I believe at some point we will reach a greater milestone like how we did countless times before. But it'll be different because we won't have weak minded or we won't have moles that are destroying things from the base. But yeah, that's another night, another conversation. Oh, but for the girl that came in here and asked that dumbass question, here, hold it.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Told you. Gonna hear a lot of this wind, but nonetheless, gotta get back to duties. But I appreciate everybody that rocked out. Appreciate everybody that's becoming a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. We still got great conversations, and we still got content on the way. Let me get myself up out of here before this wind turn me into an ice block. But before I do leave, let me act.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Oh, new Easter egg drop.
Shining once again. Ran it up, I told her mama shot him out of youngs. Now I'm right.
And for the troll that came in here earlier.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Bitch. Hi.
Hopefully you got out your basement now, and hopefully you're not seeing this. Hey James, anytime I know there's more than two trolls in here, that just goes to show that even though they in the dark spot, even though they are sad and miserable, even though this is the things they love to do, hey, they still showing love to your boy. They still showing love to your boy. Thank you for the view though. Thank you for the view, but here.
Been on that time, 'cause she want me on me like no. Sorry girl, but you gotta go. Sorry girl, but it's too much. 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 It's too much.
Since I'm in such a feel good mood today, hold on. Marlene, I know you still somewhere creeping.
Wanna go to work. I don't wanna wait tomorrow. I just ain't tryna go to work. I don't wanna wait tomorrow. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna wait tomorrow. Stroll okay.
Serious, I ain't forget about you, baby. Yeah, I ain't forget about y'all though. You know I had to be a fool real quick with it. The one thing I will say though, and again, I wish we could stop doing that. Um, let's remember that despite whatever, everybody has different views and opinions, thoughts, feelings, all of that. One thing we shouldn't do is try to force certain things on people. Like I said, forcing beliefs, forcing nonsense rhetoric. You gotta stop that. See, when you do things like that to a degree, guess what? You will push people further away from you. So just remember that. Not everybody is gonna believe in what you believe in. Not everybody's gonna feel the way you feel about certain things. And there are just some things that, people are not gonna give time and energy to. So just remember that point right there too. Respect everybody for who they are, respect their beliefs, their decisions, respect the way that they live their life. As long as they living in their truth, should be the most important thing more than anything. But before I get up out of here, oh, it is Friday Eve. I forgot. I ain't forget about y'all.
Before we start to turn it out, you must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop. Breathe in, breathe out.
Friday Eve shenanigans.
So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me
No, I had to be a fool with it real quick. One more again for y'all.
So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me in, don't give in. Trust me, could take all you see. So let me
Let me get up out of here. Kill me, y'all. Um, if I don't show back up in the morning, I'll definitely be back for the early afternoon site. Definitely. For those that are just tuning in, y'all could catch this replay. I'm gonna revisit this part too. So I'm gonna have the link pinned in case anybody want to chime in. I feel there are ways we can get rid of toxic behaviors and toxic traits amongst the community, and especially for those who are up and coming. Again, we just gotta learn to have self love and self preservation, and then everything else will follow. But let me get my ass up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay man. Shout outs to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love, and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. And hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of your evenings. Happy Friday Eve to everybody. Rest of y'all, I'll see y'all running around these streets tonight. And I'll definitely be back tomorrow with the good word. So, but can't let y'all leave out just like that. Can't let y'all leave out just like that. So, that being said, I have to give you one more. T Racy, baby. My bad, y'all. Y'all hear all that good old, man. For those in the city again, the temperature is dropping a little bit. Make sure you are bundled up. Make sure you bundled up like your boy. Do not get sick out here. Do not get sick out here. Can't drop the purse, bro. Can't drop the purse. But I can't drop this though.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his own voice and them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your
Oh, but hold on. Since I got all y'all laughing, come get your nephew Rufus in them.
Not my problem. That's just not my problem. Not my problem. That's just not my problem.
T Racy, you've been gone for a minute. Get your nephew Cletus.
Is that too obvious? Okay, I like your confidence. Oh, that's what good comments. Okay.
Prince, what's going on, my guy? But yeah, y'all gotta definitely tune in for the replay. Man, you know what?
Is that too obvious? Okay, I like your confidence. Oh, that's what good comments. Okay, like Kalani's. Roger like Kalani's. Okay.
Oh, and for the numbskull trolls that always like trolling.
Porn causes brain damage.
Come on now. I gotta be a hot mess. We just had a serious topic. And now I gotta calm it down. Y'all gotta calm it down. Calm it down, definitely. Oh, wait. One more
I'm gonna
again.
keep it 100 with you. I normally don't ask girls stuff like this until they tell me they're pregnant. What's your name?
Come on now. You know you was gonna get all this work today. For the gossip.
What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing.
Nah, but y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out here. Peace and blessings. One more again. One more again.
Don't give in, trust me, cause take all your sins. So let me in. Don't give in, trust me, cause take all your sins. So let me in. Don't give in, trust me, cause take all your sins. So let me
Just Stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out here.